Are you going through a patch wherein you don't know where you're going, or you feel discontent, you feel unhappy most of the time, especially in terms of your career, in terms of your work? You do not need to worry about that, because it is actually a very good sign. It states that you have actually outgrown your position. So when this happens, the tasks that you used to enjoy doing have now become mundane to you. They've not intellectually challenging to you as well. That is when you feel this kind of discontentment, you feel unfulfilled, and you probably are kicking yourself, thinking with these feelings that probably I have become lazy. You start blaming yourself. You feel like the smallest and the easiest tasks are becoming overly difficult. It actually means, and this I say from personal experience because someone pointed this out to me a couple of years ago, that I used to really enjoy my work and do it very, very passionately. And then after a couple of years, moving the ranks, and there I hit a plateau. And post that, I used to dread even going to work, doing the smallest and the easiest of tasks. As simple as something like dropping an email had become so difficult for me. And luckily, someone did point out to me that you have actually outgrown your positions there, hence you're feeling this. Otherwise, I was going into that self-blame mode, and I was thinking that I have become lazy. Probably this is a pattern that I have, that after every 2 or 3 years I feel disinterested and don't feel like doing things and leaving things in between. All those self-blame kind of an attitude, if you especially belong to that pattern wherein you start blaming yourself, which a lot of us actually do. So that is, we should stay away from that in these kind of cases. I'm not talking about something like laziness and something being disinterested in doing things the right way. What I am saying is, when you have really accomplished what you had set out to accomplish, and taking things like a project, when it comes to work, especially when it comes to a job or a role, taking things in a 2 or 3 year project roles, and if, let's say, if you've achieved that project in a year or year and a half, then of course you do not need to stick around, and you can take those conscious calls and move the ranks even faster and higher. And especially in certain cases, if you've hit the ceiling and you realize it and you are able to catch that early on, then you can make those moves, climb up the ladder even higher, faster. Probably if you're of that DNA that you feel like you can take those risks and get into entrepreneurship. Although we need to tick a lot of boxes as an entrepreneur to be able to realize that position. If we feel like we have really done what we had set out to do, then we really need to move to the next level. Then we actually need to move to the next level, probably switch roles, ask for bigger roles in the same organization, and if not, then move to another organization, try different things, make the any industry, whichever industry that you belong to, make yourself so dynamic that your thought works in 20-30 different ways, and you're able to think 20-30 different outcomes in any single situation. That will of course make you unstoppable in a couple of years time, and you will be operating like an industry leader, right? So these kind of thoughts, these kind of feelings, these kind of troughs that we experience are actually a sign that we have outgrown the current position and we need to move to the. This is First Principles. My name is Zaid, and thank you for tuning in.